Welcome to the crochet tutorial with Cozy Rosie UK. Today I'm going to be showing you how we crochet the crossed treble crochet in the UK terms or the crossed double crochet in US terms. So before we get started, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and of course hit the notification bell to be made aware of as soon as new crochet tutorials and crochet patterns become available for you. You'll also find in the description box a link to take you through to the blog post relating to this crochet stitch, along with any relevant free crochet patterns for you. So the materials that I'm going to be using today, I simply have a 6mm crochet hook and I have some chunky or bulky weight yarn. So to get started, we are going to place a slip knot onto our crochet hook. If you need a reminder of that, you'll find a link in my description box on how to create a slip knot and chain. We're going to start by chaining a total of 16. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. So we're going to start by placing a treble crochet in the third chain from the hook. So this is a turning chain of 2, which will not count as a stitch. So that's our first treble crochet. Ignoring that chain 2, we're not going to count that. So because these stitches are crossed, the way that we make that happen is that we skip the next chain and place a treble crochet into the next chain along. So that's where we've just worked. We're skipping the next chain and working into the next chain along from that. So we place a treble crochet or a double crochet into that chain, and then we've got this unworked chain. So we're going to skip back and work into the unworked chain, placing another treble crochet. And that creates those crossed stitches. So we're going to skip the next chain, working into the next, placing our treble crochet. And we have to work back into that chain that we skipped. And we're going to repeat that all the way along. So we skip the next chain, working into the next one along from that, or the second along. And we repeat back, working the skipped chain to cross our treble crochets. So we skip the next chain, working into the next. Need to work out what on earth I've done there. Oh, there, so work that one. That one's worked. I'm just checking where that stitch is because I couldn't quite clearly see. So that's the one to skip. We're working into that one. Once you've done your first row along the chain, it becomes super easy to see where you're working, I promise. Because then we work into that skipped chain that we had. So we're not working into this one. We're working into that one there. Working back into the chain that we skipped. Skipping that one, working into that one. And on this I have a normal treble crochet at each end as well. So make sure you work that skipped chain, and then to create a nice edge to this, I'm placing a treble crochet at each end of the row. So this is in multiples of 2. There we are. So you can see you've got your cross trebles there. Going into row 2 on this tutorial, we're going to simply chain 2. That's our turning chain, but it does not count as a stitch. So that means we're going to place a treble crochet into that first stitch after the chain. And then you can see where we're going to start. We're going to skip that one and place our first treble crochet into that stitch there. And this is where we're going to cross. We're going to work back into that skipped stitch. And you can see that those twists kind of sit on top of each other. So again, just being aware that you've already worked into this stitch. You can see there's something coming out of that stitch there. So we're skipping that one and working into that one. And you can see you're working on top of a pair. So you place that one into there. And then you place another one into the stitch that you skipped. And you just repeat that all the way across. So you can see you've got your pair there. So the first one goes, you skip that one and work on to the next one. And then you skip back into the chain, the stitch that you've left unworked. So we're skipping that one, working into that one. And then we work the unworked stitch. Always skip that first one in the next pair and work back around. Sorry, you just probably heard my dog snore again. She loves to snore. Work back around that other stitch. There's our next pair. We're skipping that first one, working into that one there. And then working into that unworked stitch. And this, I'm making these rows end on a nice edge by placing a normal treble crochet or a double crochet at the end. So you can continue to do multiple rows of that so that it gives you your stacked twists on top of each other, and it really does create a lovely fabric. I did create another one where the twisted or the crossed treble crochets are on opposite places. So I'm going to link that in the description box as well, so you can go and have a read of that one on the blog post too. I really hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and you're feeling confident to go and work in your crossed treble crochets or your crossed double crochets. And I will see you again very, very soon. I'm sure you've already hit the like button, and of course you're subscribed to the channel so that you never miss out on another crochet tutorial again. Thank you so much for joining me.